How do you recognize that somebody is a fool? Well, Proverbs has a lot in this about this. And one way, we can talk about a lot of them, but one of them is they're quick to anger. People who are foolish are quick to anger, and that's something you can identify with them. Another thing is that they will not accept instruction. That's just how they roll. So, again, you don't want to be dependent on somebody who's a fool. You don't want to be tethered to somebody. You don't want to be married to somebody. You don't want to partner with somebody who's a fool in business.
Yeah.
Like any of that sort of stuff. Another way you can identify them, according to Proverbs, is they like to gossip. He who conceals hatred has lying lips, and he who spreads slander is a fool. There's a lot in Proverbs about this. This hit home for me. You'll see why. Burnt toast closes train station.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody was making toast. The smoke set off the alarms, and the train station was closed for 20 minutes.
Yeah. You love burnt toast.
I do, and I have set off so many fire alarms.
I was going to say things like this have
Smoke
happened.
alarms, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot.
Right.
And it became a...
A thing.
No, Carolyn's been really kind to me over the years.
Yeah. God bless her.
That's really annoying.
Continue to
The
set
smoke
off
alarms going off.
an adult doing that.
Yeah, an
over
adult.
toast.
Right,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Got it. Anyway, she's really nice. We were just talking about bad advice, and there's a lot of bad advice, but one is, if you believe you can do it, you'll do it. Like, that's not exactly real.
Yeah.
There is reality, and we don't just get to construct reality. It exists outside of us.
Yeah.
I learned this lesson. I told this story in one of my books, but it's like I was running full speed down a hallway. I did not see the plate glass wall, and I ran full speed, sprinting into this glass wall that had the mesh in it. So I smashed it in 3 different places. I had to go to the emergency room and all that. I was completely convinced there was no glass wall there.
The reality in your mind said there's no wall.
Yeah, I could pass a lie detector test.
Yeah.
Obviously, I was sprinting.
Right.
It doesn't change physical reality.
Right.
Reality is what you run into when you're wrong. We don't want to run into reality too late, right? This is why I want to know God's reality and live in the ultimate reality. Honestly, is His kingdom. Honestly, it's pretty crazy how I'm setting the pace on some stuff. I'm not a very fashionable person.
Okay.
But yet, kind of cutting edge.
Really? In what way?
Well, accordions are popular now. We had that story recently.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
How about this?
Yes.
Guess what people are snacking on now? Parmesan cheese. Just Parmesan cheese.
Okay.
I was doing that years ago.
You are.
Remember
I do
that?
remember that. I do.
I'd have a bowl of shredded Parmesan cheese.
It started affecting you.
I had to go to the
You're-
doctor.
yeah.
But the point is that now that's taken off. It's very fashionable. We're just talking about pieces of advice that are out there and they're just so wrong, but you hear it anyway. One is, don't be afraid to do what you love because the money will follow. That is not true. Not necessarily.
No.
No. Well, don't be afraid to do what I love. What if? Okay, someone could say I love smoking.
Right.
So you're gonna do that professionally? Somebody's gonna give you money for that?
Yeah.
Or does it lead to ruin?
Yeah. Sometimes the thing that you love, the money will go, not come.
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's realistic.
Right.
Right. So just reminder. It's right up there with the do whatever makes you happy things. Like, well, some things will destroy us. So, not necessarily. Or you might have an awesome hobby you'll enjoy the rest of your life, but, not necessarily is it going to be a moneymaker. So here's a way to tell if somebody is actually a fool. And it's important to know because you don't want to be dependent on somebody. Or,
Yeah, the Bible says if you're connected to one,
Yeah,
it can
cause
in
pain.
ruin. Yeah.
Actually said Proverbs 13:20, he who walks with wise men will be wise, but the companion of fools will suffer harm. Here's one way to tell somebody's a fool. They're always looking to quarrel. They like it. Keeping away from strife is an honor for a man, but any fool will quarrel. Proverbs 20. So somebody who loves just picking fights, being in fights. Like, I see that. Another is they don't want understanding. They don't want understanding, meaning like wisdom, but they love to tell you what they think about everything.
Yeah.
Proverbs 18:2. A fool does not delight in understanding, but only in revealing his own mind.
Wow.
He just boy, these are, again, Proverbs is loaded with this. And the point is, who you hang out with influences you, and foolishness equals pain. I would love to be really encouraging spiritually today. I got to tell you, I'm just not feeling it. The great thing about that, the wonderful thing about that, I don't have to be feeling it. I don't have to. Isn't that wonderful? It's very freeing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not feeling it. So what? Still do it. And it's an honor to be able to do it, honestly. And I'll encourage myself in the process. But it's just like, if I'm dependent on my emotions, or if I'm feeling spiritual or something, well, then I'm in trouble. But man, showing up every day, trying to be faithful with this, I bet you can do that too, or you do that as well. There's something beautiful about that. Nick, who listens to the podcast, just emailed. He said, "What are you listening to, and what books are you reading right now?"
Okay.
What music are you into? He asked of both of us.
Okay.
I'll go first. Give you a chance to think about it.
Okay.
With the music, I listen to. I know it's weird. I know it's really weird, but I listen to instrumental techno, like chill, trance. If there are lyrics, I want them to be so, and this is what's so helpful with that kind of music, is usually the lyrics are so dumb that they're just, you can ignore them.
Yeah.
And they're not foul. Mm-hmm. So I like that. But generally I want it to be instrumental so that I can think, and it helps me with exercise.
That's nice.
So my exercise is a combo of audiobooks, podcasts, silence, and then some of that.
Okay.
But that's my big thing. What have I gone back and listened to recently? Oh, John Foreman.
Okay.
His acoustic stuff, so good. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so you?
What have I been listening to? I have gone back to some old stuff that, just some old stuff.
Like from the 20s?
Yes.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my Russian.
Spirituals. Yes. No, old stuff.
just that song from the Frog.
Michigan J. Frog. Yeah.
Hello,
That.
my ragtime girl.
But then whenever he pulls them out,
Ragtime.
he's sitting in the shoebox, and he just he's not gonna make a dime off him, is he?
If you could see me.
Oh man, we are aging ourselves.
It's so funny though.
It is. It's one of the best things ever.
It really is. It's so cynical.
It's
so
is.
deeply.
He has a little top hat and a little tuxedo on. But when it's time to make money,
as soon as the curtain comes up,
he feels like a whole amphitheater and everything.
The whole theater's
for it.
filled. Just because of the thing says singing frog. Everybody's gonna come see us. And when the curtain's down, he's on. He's doing the whole dance with the hat, with the curtain's down. And as soon as it comes up, he's just a frog. The crowd gets angry.
It's a metaphor for so much. You just know something's gonna make it, and it's not.
If you can see me.
Okay, so yeah, something old. There's a I was trying to find the name of the actual project. Kurt Carr is the name of the artist.
Yeah.
But someone had reminded me that a long time ago, my cousin had did like a passion play kind of thing. And there's a song called "They Didn't Know," and it is just, if you want to look it up, I highly suggest it. It's sort of like
They Didn't Know.
They Didn't Know. It's by Kurt Carr, and it's a passion play song.
Yeah, cool.
It's masterful. It's opera. It's gospel. It's gorgeous.
Did you get into it because of the Easter season?
I got into it, yes, but also because someone reminded me
how great that was.
How wonderful it was, and the fact that we did a passion play. My cousin did a passion play on it, and she wanted the singers to sing it, but she can't play or teach. And she asked Nana to teach it, and Nana taught. There was 5 singers, and Nana took 3 days. She said, "Give me 3 days, and I'll teach it." and we just remember the feeling in that sanctuary. It was a jam-packed church.
Awesome.
And the first note and everyone feeling it. So I went back and listened to that whole project, and I was trying to figure out what the name of that project was. But
so a combo deal. I just got into. I forgot. Got into a song because of Good Friday.
what was it?
It popped up as Ave. This is going to sound pretentious.
Okay.
I'm not. I don't speak Latin.
Okay.
It's Ave Verum Corpus,
Oh.
and it's Mozart, and it is beautiful.
Oh.
And if you look at the English translated lyrics, it's amazing. And
Okay.
it's about Good Friday and Easter.
Wow.
But yeah, like it's not long.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Okay. Kurt Carr is not quite
But
Mozart.
make a combo of those two
Yeah,
things.
I'm telling you that the Kurt Carr, it's called the One Church Project.
I'm telling you, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. It's called Ave Verum Corpus.
And then right after that, if you want to really confuse your Spotify,
No, that's
right,
awesome.
Yeah, it's really. I went back and listened to that whole project.
They didn't know.
Yes, they didn't know Kurt Carr, and I went back and listened to that whole project. And he actually is. He and I know that you've listened to Richard Smallwood before.
Yeah.
He and Richard Smallwood are classically trained gospel artists, and so their music is both.
No, I've listened to Carr too.
Yes,
You sent me
yes.
stuff, and I really liked it.
Yes, very, very both. So that I've
Great.
been listening to that project.
Okay, cool. Books.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I am reading Emily Henry's funny story. And she writes romantic comedy novels, and that is nowhere near what I'm usually very documentary, all of that kind of stuff. But I don't know who mentioned it and how I got it, but it is so good.
Okay.
And
Cool.
I'm really enjoying it. So it's probably one of the first ones I've read, if not the first one I've read. So yeah, it's good.
Get ready for more pretension.
Not quite a rom-com.
No. No, I'm going through a bunch of stuff. Okay, this is me, right? I'm curious.
Okay.
Not that other people aren't, but it's just like I'm going through a lot at once.
Okay.
Like, some of this isn't very good.
Okay.
Not proud.
Okay.
I mentioned I was listening to Peter Pan, the audiobook. I don't know if I'm going to make it all the way through. That is
We're
terrible.
supposed to talk. Okay.
Hate it.
That's another part. That's still another thing we're going to talk about later separately.
Yep.
Okay.
I need to get through it sometime.
Okay.
And then.
But are we clear? You hate it.
I hate it.
Okay,
I'm
got
having
it.
a hard time. I need to get the hard copy of the book, just so I can read it faster.
It's so beloved.
I don't get it. It's
Okay.
just a genre that escapes me. I know it's fantasy, but it also, like, fantasy to me still needs some internal logic.
Okay.
And I don't see, like,
You don't feel it. Okay.
yeah. And so I think there's a whole genre thing there. And I don't like Wizard of Oz, and I don't like, this is awful. I don't like Cat in the Hat. Not Cat in the Hat. Alice in
Wonderland.
Wonderland.
Okay.
Just
yeah.
that whole thing.
Too spacey.
Yeah, it's like steampunky. I don't know how to put it.
We get it.
I don't know. Okay.
Yeah,
So there's a whole fantasy realm
Yes.
that I feel like C.S. Lewis is influenced by it, but change it to make it make more sense to me. Anyhow, there's probably been theses written on that, and I'm just late to the game.
Okay.
There's a book called The Psychology of Money. I think it's really interesting. I'm about halfway through. I just got this book and started reading it this last weekend. It's called The 33 Laws of War, and it's about how to vanquish your enemies,
Great.
how to destroy them.
Okay.
And then it tries to apply it to, like, your actual social life, like how to employ tactics that maybe Hannibal used or Napoleon to destroy, and then how you can apply that to your personal life.
Family and friends?
Yeah, I guess so. It's so. I was laughing with Caroline. She's like, "Is that a good book?" I'm like, "No." I like all the military vignettes,
Right.
But when it comes to actually applying it to life, it is so foolish. Like, this is
Right.
actually how to be miserable.
Okay.
To identify your enemies and then outflank them and wait
Right.
till the last second and then
Yeah.
blitzkrieg them.
All right.
Like, that's a terrible way to view the world.
Okay.
It makes me more thankful for Jesus, but it's kind of it's got a lot of fun vignettes.
Okay.
The Gospel of the Kingdom. One of our listeners told me I should read it, by George Eldon Ladd. It's not a long book. Highly recommend.
Okay.
The Gospel of the Kingdom. So good.
Okay.
Don't agree with everything. He gets kind of eschatological, not
Okay.
all into it. Where he's coming, I'm just not into that. But
Okay.
but the other stuff's great. There's a book about Thomas Becket I'm reading now because it was free at our little community building where they have free
Okay.
books, and
That's
I saw
nice.
like, hey, okay, snag. Lee Strobel has a new book about supernatural stuff. I think it's called
Oh.
Seeing is Believing. I'm pretty much done with that.
In your feelings? Or do you want to do that on another?
I don't like it.
You don't like it? Okay. Why?
I hope that's okay to say. I'm rooting for him.
Okay.
I like him.
Yeah.
I just he's an investigative journalist by his old job. Back in the day, he became a believer.
Yeah.
He wrote The Case for Christ, which has been great for a lot of people. And maybe this book will be great too. But I felt like it's a conversation about things that everybody else has already been talking about,
Okay.
and it feels like I don't know, like he's still wanting to approach it as an investigative journalist, but we all know he's a believer. So when he's interviewing these people, he's like, well, what about this? What about that? But we all know.
Right.
And I just wasn't, it wasn't, I don't know.
Okay.
See, when he did The Case for Christ, I guess that was his coming into faith. Like, I know.
So now you feel like it wasn't approached as if you're in the faith.
Yeah. And if you do a chapter on near-death experiences, like, I need more. So he's interviewing somebody different for every chapter.
Okay.
I just find it like, wasn't for me.
Okay.
Like, just kind of surfacey.
Okay.
It's okay. Maybe
Yeah.
you might love it.
Yeah.
Other people might love it.
Okay.
They sent it to me as a review copy
All right.
to interview him. I'm like, oh,
So no forthcoming interview?
no, but I'm sure he's awesome. I know he is.
Yeah.
I've met him. He's super nice. I bought a book on my recent trip by John Grisham. It's a follow-up to The Firm, which I
Okay.
saw that movie years ago, and I thought, hey, that's a
Saw
good.
it. I didn't remember it. But yeah.
It was good.
Okay.
And this is not.
Not good. Okay.
You know, about halfway through, I got it for an airplane trip. Like, I just want, and then to go to sleep.
Okay.
So I was on the trip by myself. I'm like, I need something boring.
Yeah.
So I'll just get it was $5 at the
Okay.
airport.
All right.
And I'm not going to get through it.
Okay.
This is a real downer, isn't it? I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Well, is there anything that you felt?
I'm reviewing The Divine Conspiracy, which is one of the greatest books I've ever read.
Okay.
So I always go back and reread, look at my highlights.
Okay.
So that's on the couch right now.
Okay.
Also on the table is a History of Christianity book. It's written by a Yale prof. A listener and friend, Caleb, found it at like a book giveaway or something. It's from 1900, but it's actually really good about how the early church and the Romans and the different emperors and how they treated. It's kind of whipsawed. Like Marcus Aurelius was really bad to Christians.
Okay.
And then Commodus, who was a really horrible emperor, was actually okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like they're constantly being whipsawed back and forth about
Okay.
persecution and
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
And then how they handled it was interesting.
That is interesting.
So I've really actually appreciated that. And I am bailing on Revenge of the Tipping Point by Malcolm Gladwell.
Oh, why?
It's not as good as his other. I like Malcolm Gladwell a lot. I
Yeah.
just didn't.
Not good. Not
Yeah.
as good, or
Not
you
as
just felt-
good.
okay.
So let's see. Thumbs up to Gospel of the Kingdom, Thomas Becket book, and then The Divine Conspiracy, and then this textbook from this Yale guy.
Okay. I also forgot to say that I am listening to audiobook. Will Packer is a Hollywood producer, and one of the young people at my church told me to listen to the audiobook, which is something I would not normally do because I'm not necessarily a Will Packer fan. The Art of, and then when I read the thing, I was like, I don't even like this title, The Art of Healthy Arrogance and Dreaming Big. That wouldn't be my normal thing. But they were like, I think that you will like it because of the way he did his audiobook. And then when I listened to it, so I'm not suggesting it necessarily, but when I listened to it, I saw I heard what they heard. Like, you could do this because it is very much in the vein of how I like to produce things. So it's not him just reading, it's music and
Gotcha,
his
it's produced.
yes,
Yeah.
it's super produced and really, really fun, a fun listen. And he's like, he's done a lot of movies with a lot of people. And so a lot of those people were in the book. So he'd be like, I went there and I talked to so-and-so, and that person when, he talks and that person shows up and they say their lines within the book. And I was like, wow, it's really well produced. So
Cool.
yeah, I'm listening to that.
And it's called what?
It's called Who
Something
Better Than You?
Arrogance?
Yeah, the art
Who
of
Better Than
healthy.
You?
Yes, Who Better Than You? The art of healthy arrogance and dreaming big.
So let's put those in a package deal too.
Okay.
The 33 Laws of War about crushing everyone in your path, and then how to be arrogant by that guy. And then Nick, those are our recommendations for being misled.
Follow Jesus.
All right. Well, I feel bad about I feel bad about sounding negative on some of these books, but it's like,
Well, I mean, if you like them, you like them. Or if you don't,
yeah,
you don't.
and I want to be honest.
Yeah.
And just because it's a Christian book is like, okay.
And you're not
but
telling someone
no.
not to read it. You're just saying that.
And I want you to know when we do say, hey, we really like this thing,
Yes.
then
Yeah.
we really like the thing.
That's right. That's right.
And we're excited about it.
Yeah.